Hello and a very good evening to all of you. Welcome to another episode. In fact, the first episode of this week and the first episode of the month of August. Uh, Good evening, my dear. Good evening, Naveen Chaudhary. Good to see you in this session today. Let me wait for some people. Okay, so Naveen is giving up an introduction. He's saying that he is Naveen. He loves to photography, traveling, whatever. That's great. That's great. Hello, Anilji. Hello, Sushil Kumar. Hello, Sushil Kumar. Hello, Mohavir Singh Chauhan. Great to see you all in this session. A brand new month, a brand new week, and a brand new session for you all. This is Parmita Dhar, as usual, on the Facebook live page of SKT University. This will be live also, I believe, in the YouTube channel of SKT University. And we are here to discuss, learn, understand from each other the nuances of spoken English, communication skills, personality development, soft skills, so on and so forth. So, Anita, hi Anita, hello Pradeep, hello Priya. Okay. So we are here, right? Just 5, I believe, if I'm not wrong. Yeah, just 5. So I'll just wait for another 40-50 seconds for some other people to join in. And we will start. Hi Priyanka. Hello Modan Singh ji. How are you? I will wait just for another 40-50 seconds. थोड़ा सा और wait कर लेते हैं for other people to join in because I'll be doing a very important part of grammar today. Grammar का एक बहुत important part आज मैं discuss करने जा रही हूँ. That is tenses. उस दिन मुझे क्लास में किसी ने बताया था, कौन मुझे याद नहीं है, लेकिन किसी ने मुझे कहा था कि मैम थोड़ा टेंस करवा दीजिए. चलो ठीक है, कोई नहीं, टेंस करते हैं. टेंस करते हैं. टू मॉर्निंग फ्रॉम यूएसए. पता नहीं, नवीन चौधरी, व्हाट आर यू राइटिंग? समझ में नहीं आ रहा है. हेलो रमना, अनु कामरा, हेलो ट्विंकल, हाय महावीर, हेलो रीना चौधरी. She was Monica. Who was Monica? Okay, the one who asked me to do tense. Okay. So ठीक है, चलो. मोनिका ने कहा था कि टेंस करवाने के लिए आज टेंस ही करेंगे. टेंस को लेके टेंशन करने की कोई ज़रूरत नहीं है. टेंस इज सिंपल. We actually use tense knowingly, unknowingly in our daily conversation. We use tense knowingly, unknowingly in everything that we do with the language. जब हम लोग बात करते हैं या लिखते हैं, टेंस के बिना वो होता नहीं है. तो चलिए शुरू करते हैं आज का सेशन. एंड आई विल बी शेयरिंग माय पीपीटी टुडे विथ यू ऑल. ओके, इज इट विजिबल? क्या ये दिख रहा है? मेरा बहुत सारा विंडो खोल गया था. एक बार बता दीजिए, क्या ये दिख रहा है? जस्ट वन yes or no will do. Okay, great. महावीर, थैंक यू महावीर. अच्छा, तो आज मैं क्या बोल रही थी? What I am saying today is nothing to be tensed with tenses or not to be tensed with tenses, because tense is something we do every day. For example, I am taking a class with you. That is here I'm using a tense. Tomorrow I will take a class with you. I'm using a tense. Day before yesterday, I took a class with you. I am taking a tense. So, in a sentence where the verb represents time, in a sentence, the verb representing time tells us about the tense. जहाँ पे समय के बारे में हमें पता चलता है उसी को हम टेंस कहते हैं, है ना? जैसे कि in English grammar, verbs are often used in a way that it indicates or denotes the time when an event occurred. These verbs that take up different forms to indicate the time of an action, event, or condition by changing its form are called as tenses. So, tense मतलब क्या? जहाँ पे verb forms बदल के घटना के घटने का टाइम को समझाते हैं, टाइम को ध्यान में लाते हैं, चाहे वो अब घट रही हो, चाहे वो हो गया हो, चाहे वो आगे होने वाला हो, whether it is happening now, whether it has happened in the past or it will be happening in future. In all the cases, we get something called tense. Tenses are broadly classified into three categories: past tense, present tense, future tense. Simple. We all know. Don't we know this? Don't we know this? I just stopped sharing once and come back to you all to understand. आप लोगों को ये पता है ना past tense क्या है? I went to the university last year. Past. I will go to the university next year. Future. I study in the university. Present. Perfect. Right? So there are three types of tenses: past, present, future. Right? Each type. So the past, whether it is future or whether it is present, has its subdivisions, right? So we will know all about this. Okay. Present tense. Let us start with the present. Okay. So present tense, we can divide it into various forms, like say simple present tense. It is used to express daily tasks, facts, and universal truths. For example, the sun rises in the east. This is a universal truth, happens every day. Whether it is the winter months, whether it is the summer months, the rainy season, whether it's a good day for us, a bad day for us, the sun will keep on rising in the east every morning. Whether I'm sitting in this part of the universe, I'm sitting on the other part of the universe, I'm here in India, I'm in an absolutely different time zone, say in USA or in UK or in France or in Italy or wherever, the sun will always rise in the east, isn't it? So it's not that if sun rises in east here, somewhere down, it will rise in the west. So it is a universal truth and it is known as simple present tense. The present tense is used to express what is happening or happens daily or is a fact in itself. Adding the letters s or es makes a simple present tense, like, likes, you, we, they like to play outside. He, she, it likes to play outside. For example, she writes a book. Moon comes out at night. New Delhi is the capital of India. Right? Simple present tense. And universal things. Moon actually comes out at night. No matter what. No matter what. Delhi is the capital of India. No matter what. Right? So I cannot say Delhi was the capital of India, but I can always say Calcutta during the Britishers' time was the capital of India. So that becomes past tense, right? But now we are talking about present tense. So I think we have understood what is present tense, simple present tense. Now comes present continuous tense. I am attending a session of SKD University right now. So something which is going on at the present, right? Something which is going on at the present is mm, present continuous tense. For example, watching, reading, eating, walking. While I was walking down, right? Uh, she is studying hard before her examination. So this ing word is very important when it comes to present continuous tense. Right? Again, let me give another example. I am listening to some music. Right? That is when I'm saying that I'm listening to some music, I'm watching the movie right now. Even if I do not say right now, since I am using ing, it means it is a continuous process. Okay, so that we need to keep in mind. That when it is present continuous, that means it is happening at the moment. For example, if I say I speak, so that becomes what? That becomes simple present tense. I am speaking, that is present continuous tense. Or for example, um, mm, 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 we speak to each other. We speak to each other, right? Simple present. So we speak now, we speak then, we speak tomorrow, we speak yesterday, whatever. Simple present. So it's a what would I say? It's a proven thing, right? That we keep on speaking with each other. We are speaking to each other. We are speaking to each other. In this session, we are speaking to each other. That means now we are speaking. We are speaking now. Okay. Then comes something called present perfect tense. Right? Present perfect tense. So what do we mean by present perfect tense? Something which is used to describe action which are already completed. Right? The present perfect tense is used to describe action which is already completed. And the present perfect is never used in adverbs of past time. Say, for example, I cannot say that he has gone to Calcutta yesterday. Rather, we have to say he went to Calcutta yesterday. You have killed time. They have killed time. Right? You had spoken. I have spoken. They have spoken. Right? I have seen the movie you love the most. Examples of present perfect tense. Am I clear to all of you? Let me just stop sharing for a bit and see what are your reactions, because without that, she has written a novel. Actually, she is writing a novel is continuous. Kavita, hi Kavita, I'm good. I'm great, in fact. Thank you so much. I hope you all are also keeping well. Yes, Priya Chaudhary, you are absolutely right. You are absolutely right. Right? So this is how we understand tenses. Okay. So simple present, present continuous, present perfect. All clear to all of you? Now tell me one thing. Yesterday was a Sunday. How far any one of you have read 5 sentences, 5 lines, 1 paragraph of English? Anyone? She goes to the market every Sunday. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely, Monica. Good. Not an issue, Kavita. Not an issue. Kavita is writing. Sorry for being late. Just, okay, chill. No issues. So, tell me, how many of you have read something in English? Since I had your class on Saturday, she is going to the market. To the market, right? That is present continuous. Present continuous. So what I was asking, like, since I left you on Saturday evening at 6 o'clock till today, Monday evening 5 o'clock, how many of you have read anything in English? Tell me. Uh, okay, I'm waiting for your answer. Right, but let me continue with the class also because I have to finish it. Right, so present perfect tense is described used to describe actions which are completed, like I, you, we, they have killed time, he, she, it has killed time. For example, I have seen movie you love the most, he has been to India. Okay, now comes another one from the present tense, that is present perfect continuous tense. So what do we mean by present perfect continuous tense? What do we mean by present perfect continuous tense? The present perfect continuous tense is used for an action which began at some time in the past and is still continuing. जो कुछ दिन पहले शुरू हुआ था और अभी भी चल रहा है. We use the present perfect continuous tense when the focus is on an action that is not yet finished or completed. Right? They have been playing for a day. It has been she has been playing for a day. I have been waiting for the car for an hour. So the waiting started some time back, and it is still continuing. It is still continuing. He has been sleeping for 5 hours now. They have been building the bridge for several months. They have been building the bridge for several months. They have been playing since 4 o'clock. They have been playing since 4 o'clock. Okay? So this is present perfect continuous tense, which means an action which has begun some time back or some time ago in the past and is still continuing. Right? When the focus is on an action that is yet not finished or completed, which is still going on. Am I clear to all of you, my dear boys and girls? I believe I am. I believe I am, isn't it? So in the present tense, we have come across 4 types of present tenses. Can you tell me what are those 4 types of present tenses? What are those 4 types of present tenses? 1, simple present tense. 2, present continuous tense. 3, present perfect tense. And 4, present perfect continuous tense. Okay, so what is a simple present tense? We have understood, right? What is a present continuous tense? We have understood. What is a present perfect tense? We have understood. And we have understood what is a present perfect continuous tense. ठीक है? Now we move on to something which is called the past tense. Right? Past tense is very, very important. Please keep this in mind, because whenever you do narration नरेशन जब हम लोग करते हैं, रिपोर्ट राइटिंग जब करते हैं, we actually need to use the past tense, right? So when you write something, many a times, or maybe I'll say most of the times, you need to write that in past tense, right? So past tense is used to talk about things which has already happened. Past tense is used to talk about things which has already happened, right? It is so the first one here is the simple past tense, which says it is used to indicate an action which happened in the past. It often comes with an adverb of time, right? Sometimes it can be used without an adverb of time, used for past habits. For example, you worked very hard in exams. You worked very hard in exams. I went to school. I learned English during my school days. I learned Hindi during my stay at Hanumangarh. Right? Babur defeated Rana Sangha at the Battle of Kanwa. Right? So these are all examples of what? Simple past tense. These are all examples of simple past tense. Right? In simple past tense, the simple past tense is used to indicate or describe something that happened or existed in the past. The situation or condition to use a simple past tense is describe an action, event, or condition that occurred in the past or at a specified time. Refer or describe an action that has been completed and there is no time mentioned. Describe an action or occurrence of an event that is done repeatedly and regularly. Describe a state of mind in the past or a feeling that has felt in the past, like I had a severe headache yesterday. Refer to someone who died, expired, deceased, right? Describe events that have occurred in quick successions in the past. Okay, so these are all simple past tense. Then comes something called past continuous tense. The past continuous tense is used to denote an action going on at some time in the past. The time of action may or may not be indicated. The past continuous tense is a very important tense in English. We use it to express what we were in the middle of doing at a particular moment in the past. For example, she was playing in the garden. It was getting darker. So it did not get dark, but it was getting darker. धीरे धीरे अंधेरा हो रहा था. Right? When I saw him, he was playing chess. जब मैंने उनको देखा, वो chess खेल रहे थे. The light went out while I was still reading the newspaper. The light went out while I was still reading the newspaper. Okay? I was cooking last night for my sister's children. They were not playing Scrabble when I checked on them. So, these are some of the examples. Another example, say for if I can give you, like we were listening to the radio all evening. We were listening to the radio all evening. So, continuing something that has happened but has been continued. That is what we call a past continuous tense. Then comes something called the past perfect tense. The past perfect tense is easy to understand and to use in a sentence. This tense talks about the event which has happened in past. I am so sorry, there is a typing error from my part. The past perfect tense is easy to understand and is used in a sentence. This tense talks about the event which happened in past. If two actions happened in past, the past perfect tense is used to display the action that took place earlier. We were too late, the movie had started. So, we were too late, the movie had started. Right? So, for example, another example I give, I met him in Delhi in 1996. I had seen him last 5 years before. So what I'm doing here, I am actually using two sentences, right? So the past perfect describes an action completed before a certain moment in the past. Again, let me repeat. The past perfect describes an action completed before a certain moment in the past. For example, let me give you some example. Uh, I had written the letter before he arrived. I had written the letter before he arrived. Okay, that is an example from which you can understand. I thought I had seen the movie before, but I was wrong. So here two actions are being denoted. Okay, I think I'm clear. Let me check with you all once. He was going to shopping is continuous. Rina, uh, Rina Chaudhary. He was going to shopping is continuous, past continuous. We are talking about past perfect. He went to shopping when I saw him. So it would be he went to shopping when I saw him. Rina Chaudhary is saying in the next class, can we do voice? Yes, we can do voice, no issues. Right? So that is what past perfect is all about. The next one is past perfect continuous tense. Past perfect continuous tense. And what does it say? The past perfect continuous is used for an action that began before a certain point in the past and continued up to that time. जो पहले शुरू हुआ था और अभी तक चल रहा है. When the sentence is being formed, when the communication is being done, the action is still continuing. The action is continuing till then. Right? So for an example, if I give you, at that time he had been writing a novel for 2 months. Yes, had been plus verb plus ing. Absolutely, Priya. Very good. Very good, in fact. Right? So let me share my write up with you. Right? Used to denote an event that started before a certain point in the past and continued up to some time in past. Right? I, he, she, we, it, you, they had been sleeping on the couch when I arrived. When I arrived. Sita was very tired. She had been dancing. Right? Past perfect. Had the student been roaming outside the classroom? Right. So again, let me tell you, the past perfect continuous tense is used for an action that began before a certain point in the past and continued up to that time. And continued up to that time. That is what it is all about. Okay. So uh, this is what past perfect continuous tense is all. Okay. Mm, clear? Clear? Any query? Let me find that out and then I will go to the next one. चलो अच्छा वॉइस करवा देंगे नो इशू she had been cooking for him since last night. Oh yes, oh yes, right. I had lived in Uttar Pradesh. I have been living in Uttar Pradesh since 10 years. I had been living in Uttar Pradesh since 10 years. Okay. She had been watching TV since morning. Great, great. Yes, ma'am, I'm waiting for that only. What are you waiting for? Voices. Okay, voices I can do today also. Maybe not today. I will do it. I will do it I will do it by tomorrow. Okay. Okay. Uh, okay. Fine. Fine. So you people have understood. Thank you. I was just trying to go through your messages, comments. Now comes the future tense. What do we mean by future tense? The period of time after speaking a sentence is considered future tense. The period of time uh, which after speaking a sentence is future tense, is considered to be future tense. For example, shall, will, right, is always comes in before the first form of verb in the future tense. For example, I will learn to play the piano, or I shall play the piano tomorrow. Sita will ask the questions tomorrow. The teacher will ask questions tomorrow. The teacher will ask questions tomorrow. They will never speak about it. So, will is something which is very, very important. Shall is something very, very important in future tense. Two very important things in future tense, right? So, this is about simple future. Okay. The simple future tense, okay, let me tell you again for the sake of a bit more of understanding, is that the simple future tense is used to talk about things which we cannot control. It expresses the future as a fact. I shall be 22 next month, right? It will be Diwali in a week. We will know our exam results in May. Okay, so all these where we have no control about the future is called the future tense. Am I clear to all of you? Am I clear to all of you? They will never speak about this. Okay, another example which I have written in the presentation itself. My presentation did not get saved today for some reason or the other. Now comes, which is very important, that is future continuous tense. What is future continuous tense? Future continuous tense is used to express an action which is going or continuing in the future. Example, he will be distributing promotion letters in the office tomorrow at 12 o'clock. In the example, the action will commence in future, that is tomorrow, and the action is assumed to be continued till sometime in future. So future continuous action will start in the future and will continue for a certain time in the future. Right? Again, let me read the sentence for you, that he will be distributing promotion letters in the office tomorrow at 12 o'clock. Right? So, in the example, the action will commence in future, that is tomorrow, and the action is assumed to continue till sometime in future, because if it starts at 12 o'clock tomorrow, maybe it will continue till 1 o'clock or 2 o'clock, whatever, right? I or he or she or it will be arriving at the airport tomorrow. I will be playing football on the ground tomorrow. She will be writing a letter after she finishes her examination. She will be writing a letter after she finishes her examination. Okay, all these things are very important while we understand about the future continuous tense, right? Then comes something called the future perfect tense. That is, it is used to express an action which will happen and occur in the future and will be completed by a certain time in future. We use the future perfect to say that something will be finished by a particular time in the future. For example, I will have my dinner by 10 a.m. Oh, sorry, 10 p.m. You cannot have dinner at a.m., right? She will have forgotten him by then. By the time my daughter grows up, she will forget about her childhood, many of her childhood memories. So that's something which is going to happen in the future at a certain time, but which is ought to happen. So there is a kind of certainty. Okay, so it is used to express an action which will happen or occur in future and will be completed by a certain time in future. She will not have written a letter. Right? So this is future perfect. And the last one is the future perfect continuous tense. It is used to talk about actions that will start at a fixed point of time in future and will go on for some time in future. It is used to talk about actions that will start at a fixed point of time in future and will go on for some time in future. The future perfect continuous focus on the duration of an activity that will be in progress before another time or event in the future. For example, tomorrow at 4 p.m., I will be on my way to Kolkata. It is also used to talk about planned actions or actions expected to happen. Relatives will be staying at Aunt Mina's house. Future perfect continuous tense. Again, I'm telling you, my dear boys and girls, please understand it very, very categorically, minutely, that it is used to talk about actions that will start at a fixed point of time in future and will go on for some time in future. The future perfect continuous focus on the duration of an activity that will be in progress before another time or event in the future. For example, tomorrow at 5 o'clock, I will be dealing with voices for my session on SKD University Facebook page life. Okay, it is futuristic, it is perfect in nature, and it is continuous, right? Relatives will be staying at the hotel. I will be going to the university to collect my grade sheet day after tomorrow. I will be going to the university to collect my grade sheet day after tomorrow. Future perfect continuous tense. This is all about tense that I have to share from my end to you all. They will be shifting to the new house since tomorrow. No, tomorrow. Why since? Since is something that has already happened. They will be going to the hotel since. No. Please understand the use of since. Please understand the use of since. Since is something that has already started. Since is something that has already started. They will be going to stay in the hotel from the weekend. During the weekend. During the weekend. It is futuristic. Since is sorry, Monica Vishnoi, what are you writing? I did not get you, my dear. Can you reframe your sentence, please? Since is past. Since yesterday, I am having fever. Past perfect continuous tense. You are actually mixing it up. I shall be going to the ma'am, where shall is used? Shall is used in future tense, like use of will and shall. Okay, I'll come to that. I think I discussed this the other day also. Use of will and shall. Never mind. I will do it today itself. Today again, I'll just share that today itself once. But before that, let me come to the previous question. Ma'am, where shall is used? Shall is used like where there is a plan. I shall go to the college tomorrow. I shall go to the college tomorrow. That is where shall is used, right? I shall be doing it very soon. I shall be doing it very, very soon. I will go to my mother and seek her apology. I will go to my mother and seek her apology. So will, the difference, now I come to the difference between will and shall. We shall overcome the difficulties. I will take all steps to overcome the difficulties. Shall is more, what would I say? Shall is more formal. Will is more affirmative. Karna hi hai. I will have to do it. मैं करूंगी. I shall do it. We shall overcome. Yes. So, as a general rule, right? As a general rule, use of will for affirmative and negative sentences about the future, right? Use of will is seen also in request. Will you please lend me your car? Will you be coming for the function tomorrow? Right? If you want to make an offer or a suggestion, then it becomes a shall. Right? Will is more affirmative, more confirm. Shall is more of a suggestive in nature. Okay? Okay. Then Rina, you have written something else. THETJE. Sorry, not clear to me. Not clear to me. So, so do you understand? When you are more sure, yes, I shall go to the market tomorrow. So it is a kind of a proposal. It is a kind of a what would I say? It is a kind of a thinking. But I will have to go to the market tomorrow because if I do not go to the market tomorrow, I have nothing to eat. So more affirmative, more affirmative. It is shall is more like an making an offer or a suggestion. Will is we will have to do it, right? Right? That is the difference. That is the difference. Generally, I have seen in Indian English when students write shall and will, they mix it up. They mix it up. Better not to mix it up. Better never to mix it up. You should know the right usage of the right word. Okay, the right usage of the right word. So this is all about uh, tense. Now, anything else about tense you can ask me. We can discuss and learn from each other. Okay, and before that, before I forget, somebody wants to know about voices. Anything else you want me to share with you? You want me to discuss in the session? Conditional sentences. Okay, okay. फिर फिर Yes, tell me. Tell me. Can you give me an example of a conditional sentence? Can anyone give me a conditional sentence? Conditional sentences, since it's very brief, let me just tell you. You know, whatever I can gather is that conditional sentences are those which expresses a kind of condition. Let's say, for example, if it rains tomorrow, I will not go to the I will not go to the school. I will not go to school. If it rains tomorrow, I will not go to schools. Yes, Dolly, you yourself, you've given a very good example. If I go to Agra, I will see the Taj. If I go to Agra, I will see the Taj. So, where there are two clauses. A full conditional thus contains two clauses, the dependent clause, which is called the anecdote or the protasis, and the main clause expressing the consequence called the consequent or the apodosis. Apodosis. I am going with you if you help me in homework. Absolutely. If you call me, I will come. If you call me, I will come. Right? If I take the vaccination, I will be saved from corona. Right? Right? Okay. So, if he locks the door, the kitten will be trapped inside. If he locks the door, the kitten will be trapped inside. So, in most of the conditional sentences, you see the examples that you people have also given starts with an if condition. If you treat me pav bhaji, I will explain the mathematics to you. Okay, so she wants to know, if you come to me, I will teach you English. Okay, very good, Harpinder. Jolly good, Monica. Yes, if it is cold, then I will wear the jacket. Yes, ma'am. Then why are we using more will than shall? We should not use more will than shall. We use it because we use it because we are not sure about where to use a will and where to use a shall. And will is more common. I mean, why somebody does something, who can answer that for you, right? But we use it. Generally, we use it because we are not sure about it. So will comes more naturally to people. They do not understand where shall can be used instead of a will. Will you come with me? Right? I'm going to the movie. Will you come with me? Okay, I'm going to the movie. Shall you accompany me? So I'm giving you a proposal. Movie जा रहे हैं, कोई पढ़ाई नहीं कर रहे कि तुमको करना ही होगा. So I can give you a proposal. I can give you a kind of a kind of an offer, right? Tell us about imaginary sentences. Okay. What are imaginary sentences? What is imagination? I am going with you means I'm already going with you. I will be going with you. I will be going with you. Right? I will be going with you. If you help me with with my homework. Right? Okay, now somebody wants to know about direct speech, indirect speech, narration. I will do narration. Direct speech, indirect speech is a very important thing. I will do it. That is in my agenda. Reena. Yeah, I will be doing it. If I were the king of this weather, see, that's an example of imaginary sentence from the group itself. From the group itself. Right? If I were a king, the king of, I mean, whatever. If I were the princess of this, she walks as if she was a queen. Yeah, her attitude is like that of a queen. So that is a kind of a imagination. Imagination. So an imaginary sentence is also called a conditional sentence. Is also called a conditional sentence. You are I don't get excited quickly. It's all imaginary. It's all imaginary. If I were rich, I would have gone for a world tour. If I were rich, I would have gone for a world tour. If I were a millionaire, I would build hospitals and schools. Oh, lovely. See, Dolly Yadav, you are writing it on your own. You're writing it on your own. Right? So these are the various types of sentences that we have. I can tell you one thing. You keep on practicing. Instead of listening theoretical sessions and all, which is also important, do listen to my sessions, because without you all, this session will be no session at all. Please do listen, but at the same time, If I had a bat, I would have played cricket is a conditional sentence. Determiners and direct and indirect speech. Okay, fine, fine. Noted, my dear. Um, Monica, what the sentence you have written is like, it is a conditional sentence. But you know, these are all overlapping. So read one paragraph of English every day. If I were a bird, I would fly in the sky. Yeah. So read one paragraph of English every day aloud, and you will learn a lot of sentences, and then you don't have to distinguish between what is a conditional sentence, what is a sentence with one clause or two clause or whatever, right? All these things comes must come to you very spontaneously without even have to think. Okay, so this is all from my end for today, my dear participants. I'll be seeing you tomorrow. Tomorrow I'll be doing voice, right? And some other, because voice will not take so much of time. Tomorrow I will be doing voice, and I will be doing silence as a medium of communication. So keep thinking that how come silence is also a medium of communication, how silence can communicate, right? I'll see you tomorrow at 5 o'clock on this live Facebook page of SKD University. People who would be attending this session every day will be given a certificate of participation from the university. Till then, you take care, have fun, do read little bit of English in the meantime, and I'll be seeing you tomorrow at 5 o'clock. Bye, take care.